name is Tiffany Pryor. I'm the Organizing and Advocacy Coordinator at the Illinois Caucus for Adolescent Health. I've had the pleasure of working with our school network to organize folks like yourself around this issue. What you might not know about me is that my mom was actually a young mom as well. So this town hall is really personal.
At ICAH, one of our biggest pieces of work through our new strategic plan is organizing stakeholder networks in schools, family, and healthcare systems. School administrators, teachers, counselors, parents, and students in supporting the academic success of parenting students. What you're at is the first kind of convening of the school network.
You've seen some of the members here, Kateri, Jim, Hablo is at the registration table. We have young people on our networks too. But the purpose of our networks is to really think through what programs, policies, or procedures we can be changing together that directly impact the sexual health rights and identities of young people here in Illinois.
What the community needs to do is come and mobilize around them and figure out how to help them succeed.
By me being a young father and not a young mother, there was not a lot of stuff for them to actually do for me. There was no rules and no regulations. There was no set plan for a young father.
Hello everybody, my name is Pamela. I graduated from the school June 2013 of this year. And now I go to Computer Systems Institute.
I just want to go to a school that will support my needs, a school that will help me, and a school where I won't feel like I'm judged because I am a young mother.
The Office for Civil Rights our primary mission is to ensure equal access to education and to promote educational excellence throughout the country. For today's purposes, we're really talking about two regulations. The first regulation says it specifically prohibits discrimination against a student based on pregnancy, childbirth, false pregnancy, termination of pregnancy, or recovery from any of these conditions. But the regulations are different, unfortunately, with regard to parenting students. And the Title IX regulations specifically say this: a school is prohibited from applying a rule related to a student's parental, family, or marital status that treats students differently based on sex. So you're protected proactively while you're pregnant from any form of discrimination related to your pregnancy. But the minute you have that child and become a parent, your protection is very, very different. If you or a student you're working with is being subjected to this type of atmosphere in a school setting, we want to hear about it. We want you to complain to us because we'll go in, we'll investigate. If we find a problem, we'll get remedies for the student, we'll train and punish the wrongdoers, and we'll put into place some protections so these types of situations don't continue to happen.
Sometimes we'll inadvertently really reinforce a gender binary that is not actually as true as people might be used to talking about. We try to really shift those conversations to how can we treat each other as people and as humans and treat each other with dignity and respect no matter how we identify in terms of our gender, in terms of our pregnant or parenting status, regardless of our race, ethnicity, all of those things.
So I started getting calls from young women who were parents telling me that they had been kicked out of school because they had either been late for school or because they couldn't make it to school because mainly the reasons were because of child care issues. Most of these calls that I were getting were not from young women in Chicago. They were from the surrounding suburbs, they were from other parts of the state, and the more we looked into it, the more we recognized that this was a real issue, not just in the city, and that this needed more of a statewide solution. And so that got us on the path to actually drafting legislation.
And we called it the Ensuring Success in School Act.
We need to come together and connect our institutions and aware of each other about like sex and about parenting and about these resources and information that we don't know about.
It teaches us that we do have a voice and we have the right to say what we want, and we have a right to get an education as a young parent.
I'm really excited that this town hall happened. I think we learned that it's really vital that we have these conversations on amplifying the voices of young parents and reducing stigma and shame around adolescent parenting.